Alright guys, so this is definitely not the video that I had planned for you today, but with the way things are going, let's just go ahead and dive right in. Alright guys, welcome back to the channel, and again, this is not the video that I had for you. The video I had for you today was we were going to take Pop's car out and let my wife practice on driving the car, because fundamentally she can drive one, but when it comes to like taking off from a stop from hills, you know, getting in traffic and anxiety getting the best of you, she's still not really comfortable with a manual trans. So that was what we were going to do today. That video will be coming, but yeah, that's not going to happen. Let's talk about why as soon as I get this Coyote car out of here. All right, boys, and please don't judge the garage. It has been one thing after another, fooling with stuff here in the garage. And yeah, guys, I'm not gonna lie, it's packed in here tight with both cars and all the yard junk and everything else, so it just isn't gonna happen. But let's talk about Pop's car here. Pull this seat back. Show you what the word is. Zero. Okay guys, without going and droning on and on and on and on and on, the car ran great. If you caught the video, I think it was last week, we took the car out and got the air charged up, replaced the low pressure switch. I think it was a low pressure switch, and converted it to 134, charged it up, had cold air. I drove the car, oh man, 30 minutes to my daughter's school, picked her up from cheer practice, and drove 30 minutes home with the air blasting. So we get home that evening, and I tell my wife, I say, hey, come out, feel the cold air conditioning. You know, it's kind of awesome, the original air conditioning working in this 31-year-old car. So we come outside, and car will not start. Crank's fine. Pump is priming, sounds great, nothing, will not start. And I said, all right, screw it, we're about to eat dinner anyway, so yeah, I said, we'll fool with it later. All right guys, and of course, after, you know, the car wouldn't start, it was eating at me. And if you know exactly what I'm talking about, if you've been around cars for any number of time, if something, you know, is going on with the car you can't explain, it just eats at you. So in normal fashion, came back out and tried to start the car again. It wouldn't start. It's cranking over just fast as could be, plenty of voltage, all of that. Pump was priming, and you know, sometimes you can pat the gas a little bit or hold it to the floor. Sometimes that'll work, and it actually did start. It took, you know, I revved it up a little bit so it was taking throttle, and I was like, maybe who knows, you know, I really didn't have any explanation at that point, but I was satisfied. It started up, a fluke, whatever, move on. So you know, I was happy with the car. It was running again, you know, I was gonna move on, do some other stuff with it, and came out to do the video of her driving the car, learning how to drive a manual trans, and it won't start. And I tried and I tried, and tried that afternoon, tried that evening, and it will not start. Again, guys, it primes. The fuel pump is, it's priming just fine. If you saw the video, we put a brand new fuel filter in it. The injectors are fresh. The distributor is brand new. The coil is off of a running car, just recently taken off, fairly recent. So at that point, I tested spark and had spark at the distributor. So, you know, I was kind of like, okay, so, you know, the ignition module's new, the distributor's new, the coil's good, I've got spark at the distributor. I haven't at this point gone down and tested at a plug, but I don't have any reason at this point to doubt you know, literally a brand new distributor. Now, obviously to start, you need, you know, air-fueled spark. So, went to the Schrader valve, unscrewed the Schrader valve, and there was pressure, but it didn't, you know, typically when you pop a Schrader valve and, you know, the pump's, you know, primed, it's gonna, you know, light off. Well, I got fuel. It seemed a little weak to me, but not enough to, you know, to count out the fuel pump. So I was like, you know what, screw it. Let's go ahead and pull the pump. I had the issue where the little S hose popped a hole in it in my car, and you know, the pump was priming, everything was dandy, but the car wouldn't run. So went to the hatchback. Let's go to the hatchback. All right, gentlemen. So get these off the hatch, and of course you'll notice I've been working back here. And let's just go ahead, guys, before we go any farther as far as what's wrong with the car, let's talk about this. Yeah. Okay, so this is, I don't know who, when, what, where, or how did this. This is what I find back here. It looks like they used like an axe or a hatchet or something. I mean, look at this. Guys, don't do this. Don't hack your cars up like this. And I know 99% of you would never do this. Now, if you are going to do it, which I don't think it's ridiculous when you have 2 bolts holding the straps and then one here at the filler neck. You literally 3 bolts and you can have the tank out. Like, you can have the tank in 5 minutes out, and you don't even need to jack it up. But if you're going to cut your car up, like the body of your car, and risk the rust and everything else that you can do it right, please. For me, just do it right. All right, let's continue and see what we found here. Okay, guys, so I've already had this out and just kind of put it back together to sit here. That was the sock. So obviously it's been changed at some point. If you've ever seen an original sock inside the tank, that one's, hey, it's not brand new, but it hadn't been in there real long. And then let's see, I looked at the sending unit itself. There it is. And obviously not factory, fairly new. You know, everything looked good, you know, good as far as the connections, things like that. The S hose, which is, this runs from the pump up to the sending unit. This is what I was talking about earlier. Mine had right here where it bends, it's split, and it was just squirting fuel back into the tank. Well, that's not the case with this. Now, if you look really close, I mean, it's almost like it's not actual fuel line. It says it is, but it's like turning to gum. Now, I ran some water through it and it had flow. The inner hadn't collapsed or anything. But so yeah, guys, it looked kind of crappy, that hose. I was going to go ahead and replace it, but I didn't want to put anything back together until we actually had some answers. And at this point, I don't have a whole heck of a lot of answers. So there it is, guys. That's kind of that's kind of where we're at. The plan is I'm just gonna bring the trailer over, and we're gonna put it on the trailer, take it back to the shop. I don't have any electrical testing equipment here. And also, we'll talk about that in a minute. There's some other issues I needed to address. But at this point, the car will not start. Now, here's the other thing, guys. Don't think for a second that you can't have a part turned to crap out of the box. Happens all the time. So is it possible that something's going on with the distributor? There's a good possibility of that. So there you go, guys. Keep it tuned right here. We're going to get out to the shop. We're going to put a Noid light on it and see if we're getting injector pulse. That's another distinct possibility. I apologize, guys. It's really hot out here, and I've been fooling with the truck, and I've been fooling with this car. Yeah, so we're going to see if we've got injector pulse. Maybe do some testing on the distributor. Who knows? But we will. I will be bringing that video to you, and hopefully, you know, guys, I do stuff like this. It's not a major issue, but I know you deal with stuff like this all the time because I see your questions and I see your emails. So when something like this pops up, I'm glad to bring it to you because, you know, you might be dealing with the same exact thing, and this can help you get your car back on the road, or maybe, you know, 6 months from now it happens, and you'll remember that Foxcast video. So again, guys, I know it's not high entertainment and it's not all smoky burnouts and, you know, race gas, but you know, we're real people. We deal with this stuff every day, and I hope that, you know, these diagnostic videos and these builds can help you do yours. Also, guys, real quick, had to show you this sticker on the windshield of the car, and had to shout out, I'm not sure if he's watching or not, but had to shout out my buddy Jacob Lamb. You know, hope he's dealing with a rough time right now. Runs NMRA Coyote stock, and gonna be repping Team Bev. And yeah, all our thoughts and prayers are with Jacob Lamb right now. Super good guy. So that's what's up, guys. Yeah, I need to clean the garage. That's probably not going to happen for a long time. Anybody that wants to volunteer to come help clean up, you know, feel free to come do it. And then, of course, we're going to get Pop's car loaded up, take it out to the shop. The other thing, guys, I wanted to show you, we're going to get down way low here. As you can see how freaking low the exhaust is hanging. If you remember when we put everything back together, the hanger at the transmission was not there, and so I think we need to install that and mostly just jack it up and retighten the bolts because it is so low, guys. I'm going to show you how low this thing is. When I pulled into my garage, the exhaust actually took a chunk out of the my garage floor. So luckily my beautiful garage floor coating was garbage anyway and didn't last, but hey, it is what it is. So that's what's up, guys. We're gonna get Pop's car rolling, and you'll see that very soon. Figure out what in the world's going on, why we have this no start condition. Last and final update, guys, while we are talking about Pops, he is in week 2 of his back at home, not really rehabilitation, but recovery, and he is doing fantastic. He's already antsy, ready to get out and start doing his thing again. So I promise you from the beginning, he will be doing the burnout in the car, and super excited about that. So all you guys and I appreciate it, guys. We see the comments and how thoughtful you guys have been about Pops, dealing with his surgery and all that. But he's doing great, and the video is coming. So thank you guys for all that support as well. Guys, that's what I got for you, though. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, big thumbs up. Make sure you smash that subscribe button, and I will catch you on the next upload. Later.